Hi, everyone. Welcome to Enjoy English. I'm Steven.
I'm Minnie.
Today's date is October 15th. We're on day 2 of looking at pages 28 to 33 on features.
那我们今天专题特写在10月15号，一样是 cover 28到33页的部分。
The title, once again, is Perfumers, the artists who create scents.
调香师打造香水的艺术家。
Much knowledge is needed to become a perfumer.
那我们接续昨天的主题，我们已经知道成为一名调香师需要大量的知识。
Yes, because it's one of those things that because you can't see it,
Yeah.
scents, like, they're in the air and fragrances. And so it's sometimes not something you think about every day.
对耶，真的，因为我们味道是闻得到嘛，可是我们看不到。那
Yeah.
看不到的东西，就感觉好像不是每天那么容易可以取得的。
Right, but if you really think about it, imagine a world without, like, nice smells.
Oh yeah, I lost my sense for like 2 weeks.
And
that was like the most boringest
2
weeks.
2 weeks of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
吃什么东西都 OK， 我是为了营养。
so let's find out more about these perfumers.
Yes.
Perfumers, the artists who create scents. The work of perfumers attracts many people. The job may seem fun and creative, but becoming a successful perfumer requires a great deal of knowledge, training, and experience. Without a solid understanding of chemistry, it is nearly impossible to become a perfumer. Perfumers must know how to work with the materials that make up each fragrance. This is why many of them hold degrees in chemistry, biology, or related fields of science before entering the industry. In addition to the right education, perfumers need to have a keen sense of smell and a creative mind. They must be able to notice tiny differences between similar scents and understand how different fragrances work together to create specific emotional responses in wearers. One of the best ways to improve your sense of smell is to practice regularly by sniffing a variety of items, observing the differences, and paying close attention to the scents around you. In a busy world full of noise, perfumes offer a quiet but powerful way to connect with people's emotions and memories. If you have a background in science and a strong imagination, a career as a perfumer might be the perfect path for you.
The work of perfumers attracts many people.
调香师的工作 attract 吸引许多人。
And the noun form of attract is attraction.
Attraction.
A-T-T-R-A-C-T-I-O-N. Okay, so the work of these perfumers attract many people. The job may seem fun and creative, but becoming a successful perfumer requires a great deal of knowledge, training, and experience.
那我们第一段就很清楚，已经跳到我们今天主要讲的主题。他说，这份工作呢，吸引很多人，看似充满乐趣与创意，但成为一名成功的调香师，需要大量的知识、培训和经验。
Yeah, and here they're using may seem. So yeah, some people might not think it looks fun and creative. So it's kind of giving you a probability that it may seem fun and creative. But that but, putting it into there, it just immediately lets the listener know that there's going to be a contradictory statement following, right? But becoming a successful perfumer requires a great deal. So require means it needs a great deal. And a great deal means a lot of or a large amount of something, okay? So that's something we use a lot because it kind of doesn't make sense because a deal in English means like 成交.
Yeah.
Right? Deal.
Let's make a deal.
Yeah, let's make a deal. But here, a great deal just means a lot of, a large amount of. And it was something we use a lot. So you need a lot of or a large amount of knowledge, training, and experience. And since I'm reading 3 different 3 different nouns there, I choose to make them sound a little different, so it doesn't sound so monotone. Monotone, M-O-N-O-T-O-N-E. 单一的一个 tone 调. So that can kind of it can make the sentence more alive when you kind of add a little bit of a different intonation. So I go knowledge, training, and experience. Right? So that's just a way that when you're listing things, it's a technique you can use to make sure that people can tell the difference between the different options you're listing.
所以刚老师这边有2个重点，我再稍微做一下解释。第一个是 a great deal of， 这个 deal 其实我们台湾的小朋友在学英文的时候，我们 deal 一定是学 deal with。I have to deal with something， 我要处理什么事情，所以那个 deal 就给我们一个动词的感觉，好像是我要去处理，然后这件事情很麻烦。但是 a great deal 它其实就是有一种很重要、很大量的那种感觉。在母语世界的人来讲的话，他们这个字其实很口语，但其实写作也蛮常用到的，对不对？所以 deal 这个字就可以把它收起来，当做是你自己的字典里面常用的一个字。当你看到你不确定怎么翻译的时候，再把你这个字典或者你的笔记拿出来看看，你就会对这个字有非常深刻的理解。然后再来是我觉得老师刚刚提到的，我们在做 listing 的时候，你要怎么样可以让你的读者、你的听的人觉得有一点 ear candy， 听起来不会这么无聊、这么 monotone、这么单一。你可以用语调来做表达，或者是来用停顿来做表达，这样子你的发音，或者是说你在讲话的速度上，就会让别人听起来更舒服。
Exactly. Let's take a short break. Without a solid understanding of chemistry, it is nearly impossible to become a perfumer.
Solid 其实是固体的意思但这边我们这个句子翻译成没有扎实的化学知识，几乎不可能成为调香师。所以这边 solid 我们可以翻译成扎实的。
Yeah, not 具体的, right? And then the opposite would not be liquid. Okay, without a liquid understanding. No, we don't say that. Okay, but we say solid to kind of emphasize as an adjective, like a firm grasp of something.
Firm.
Or a thorough knowledge or a comprehensive understanding of chemistry. These are all the same, different words or different ways to say the same thing. But that is something that I feel a lot of students sometimes will feel discouraged.
Yeah.
Like, so many different ways to say the same thing. Which one do I need to learn? Do I need to learn all of them at once? No. You just need to learn 1 or 2, depending on how much you can remember, and stick with it. And then sometimes you'll use it so much, you're like, I want to learn a different way
对
to
你
say
会
this.
你的那个求知欲跟你的好奇欲会让你想要说那我还可以怎么用
Yeah, or some people are like, I'm happy just using this for the rest of my life. That's fine too, right? We're just giving
as
you...
long as correct.
Yes, as long as it's used correctly, and we're just giving you different options if you want to use them, right? It is nearly impossible. That adverb there, nearly, that means like it's almost impossible is what it means. So you could say that it is almost impossible to become a perfumer, but it's not completely impossible.
就几乎不可能
Perfumers must know how to work with the materials that make up each fragrance.
调香师必须知道如何使用构成每一种香水的材料
So here, a lot of times my students see makeup and they instantly think 化妆.
哦
Yeah.
对
And then also a lot of times because in Chinese we say 化妆 and that can be used as a verb, right? In English you have to say put on makeup.
Oh yeah.
You can't
Or
use
wear.
makeup. Yeah, or wear makeup. You can't just say makeup. I need to make up. No. Make up can mean like
修复
修复, right? When two people have an argument, they need to make up. Okay, they need to 修复他们的情感, so that's make up. Here, this make up, it means to build up or to compose each fragrance. Compose is C-O-M-P-O-S-E, okay? And that just means to put things together, to putting these materials together to make the fragrance.
所以构成组成那 make up 也有 make something up 也有代表说你虚构
Yeah, that's right.
所以 make up 真是好好用啊
There's a lot of usages
太
for
棒
sure.
了学一个学到好多
Yeah, but you hear it a lot though.
Oh yeah
This is why many of them hold degrees in chemistry, biology, or related fields of science before entering the industry.
是不是很多你们听到这句话已经登出啦来中文翻译是这就是为什么他们许多人在进入该行业之前都拥有化学、生物学或相关科学领域的学位
Yes. This is why many of them, this them is talking about the perfumers, right? Because we could say this is why many perfumers hold degrees, but because the author didn't want to keep saying perfumers, right? So we know the main subject we're talking about are these perfumers, so you can use them to substitute that word. And when you have a degree in something, you can say have. Like they have degrees in chemistry, biology, or related fields of science. But another verb is hold, okay? Hold a degree, okay? And related fields of science, I can think of like organic chemistry or physics. Yeah, those are anything that is in the field of science that is related to it. Like perfumers usually have some kind of knowledge or maybe have a degree in that particular field.
没错。
Right. So for me, I was a biology major.
Yeah, 生物学.
Yeah. So I always appreciate when people can use science to create things, or when they can use science to at least be able to explain why certain things happen. Yeah. But there are definitely, even though I was a biology major, there were a lot of science-related classes that I did not do that great in.
Oh.
Yeah. But one of the best ones I did well in was organic chemistry.
有机化学.
Yeah, 有机, organic, say 有机. That was surprisingly quite easy for me, but it was like really hard for most people. And it's because chemistry is more math-based, and then organic chemistry is more visual-based, where you kind of put molecules together based on like a logic.
Molecule 是分子.
Yeah, but like, I don't know why it just made sense to me. I was like, oh, these look pretty together.
因为它很像在组那个模型吧.
Yeah, because I like molds and I like models and stuff. So I think that's why it was easy for me. But yeah, it's not easy for most people.
好酷.
All right, let's take a short break. In addition to the right education, perfumers need to have a keen sense of smell and a creative mind.
除了接受过良好的教育以外，调香师还需要拥有敏锐的嗅觉和富有创造力的思维。
Right, so when we see a sentence start with in addition to something, we know that it's saying that you need both of these things.
就是除了 A 还有 B.
Yeah, but then we want to put more emphasis and time talking about B. So A is just something to let us know that, yeah, this is something you need to, but let's talk about B mostly, right? So here we see right education. Does that mean 右边的 education?
是正确的 education.
正确的 correct education, right? C-O-R-R-E-C-T, okay? So the correct education, perfumers need to have a keen sense of smell. When we see keen, this adjective means extremely sensitive in perception, okay? So you need to have a very sensitive sense of smell and a creative mind.
Keen 这个字也有那种很渴望做什么事情，或者是你有很热忱做什么事情，就叫 keen。这个字其实蛮常见，但是我的求学阶段这个字我也比较不会用其实。
Oh, yeah, I hear it often. I think it really is preference, whether or not you use certain words. And also it's like the people around you. And sometimes it's even like where you are geographically.
地理位置的关系。
Yeah,
有些人选字就比较不会选到这些字。
That's something I want to mention too. There are a lot of words that are used in a particular place, but then in other places, like for instance, I was on the East Coast, but then I say some words differently from people on the West Coast.
东西部的讲法也会不一样。
Yeah, like route. I'm going down this route, or I'm going down this route. It really is based on where
Which
you're
one
from.
do you say?
I say route. And it comes very
I say
naturally.
route.
Yeah. Most people I've noticed say route, but from where I'm from, we say routes. But it's good to know that there's this difference, right? It makes the language, even though sometimes when they're learning, they're like, oh my God, so many different ways.
Diverse.
Right, but it's diverse, right? Okay. They must be able to notice tiny differences between similar scents and understand how different fragrances work together to create specific emotional responses in wearers.
很长的一个句子这句话在说他们也就是这些就是调香师必须能够注意到相似气味之间的细微差异，然后了解不同的香气如何作用，从而在使用者身上产生特定的一些情感反应。所以你会知道有一些香味会让别人镇定，有些香味会让别人兴奋，这些不同的反应。
All right, so they must be able to, so 必须要 right? 必须要 be able to do something. With able to do something in Chinese, can do
就是
something.
可以可能。
对，可以怎么样呢？Notice differences between A and B. 主要是要学这个 Notice differences between A and B. Here they have the adjective notice tiny differences or small differences between similar scents, the A, and understand how different fragrances work together is the B.
对
Okay. And to work together to create specific emotional responses in wearers. So we know the verb wear,
Yes.
right? Wear means to 穿.
穿
And adding an ER to a verb sometimes means like the person that does this
穿戴的
action.
人。
穿戴的人, the wearers of these perfumes.
所以也要记得，我们说喷香水，中文讲喷，对不对？但英文不会讲 spray perfume，、我们会用 wear 的 perfume。
Yeah.
对，就是用穿戴香水的感觉，你喷了，然后你穿进去的这种感觉。
It's kind of like clothes.
Yeah.
Right? You're just wearing some, but it's invisible clothes. Right? So the end of the sentence, and understand how different fragrances work together. First, I want to bring attention to the word and, how I said it. Because this is a long sentence,
Yes.
I usually will like pause and make the and very long
And
to kind of let the person know there's going to be additional information following. So the way I read it, I'll say it again. They must be able to notice tiny differences between similar scents and understand how different fragrances, blah, 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 right? That's a really good way for people to kind of
休息一下。
take a break in the middle of
Yeah.
a long sentence. Because if you just read it like this across, some people might be able to understand you, but people have very short attention spans. You got to make sure they're listening to you. So
True.
that's what I do. I like to make sure that people are listening to me, because if I'm taking the time and effort to do something, like what we've learned, right? Take the time and effort to do something. I want people to actually be listening to me and not sleeping.
没
right?
错。这就是为什么学一些口语的技巧很重要的原因，因为我们 deliver 出去的东西，我们希望别人可以接收到越多越好。这也是为什么我们的节目有2个主持人啊，对不对
Yeah.
音频不一样，你们才不会睡着嘛。
That's right. And then the end of the sentence, after understand how different fragrances work together to create specific emotional responses and wearers. So anything after the two, it means like 为了要做这件事情.
That's
Okay,
right.
so
In
that-
order to.
Yes, in order to. One of the best ways to improve your sense of smell is to practice regularly by sniffing a variety of items, observing the differences, and paying close attention to the scents around you.
这个也是一个很长的句子，这2个句子都是你在练习口语上面哪里要停顿，哪里要抑扬顿挫，要给它很好的句子。那最后一个句子他说，提高嗅觉的最佳方法之一是定期练习，然后借由闻各式各样的物品，观察它们的差异，并且密切的注意周遭的气味。
So here we see the word sniff. Okay. How is that different from what we learned yesterday? Whiff, W-H-I-F-F. I would argue that whiff is shorter than sniff.
Sniff 有点一直闻
Yeah.
一直闻，
You like repeatedly do this
Yeah.
action. You repeatedly take short smells,
对
right? You go,
像
you're
狗
sniffing.
狗
But whiff is,
一下。
yeah, or sometimes even like even
Ugh.
shorter. Yeah, very short is a whiff, and
对
sniff is like you do it longer than a whiff.
好酷哦！为什么文字会有这样不同的意义存在？
I don't know. It just because for me, I think whiff makes sense because it sounds like the wind. It's like very quick,
Yeah.
like the wind. So it starts with W,
哦
right? But sniff, you can't say that as quickly as whiff. Whiff,
Yeah,
sniff.
sniff 就已经比较长了。
Yeah, I mean stuff like that. It makes you remember these words.
Yeah.
I do that as a native English speaker. I have to remember words by kind of knowing why they were created. Think about why they were created. Yeah.
好棒。
And then pay attention to something, just like you take the time to really sit there and notice these differences and notice these things, right? So that's what it means by pay attention to. So you're not paying with money, but you're just spending the time to put yourself in that situation and observe these things.
对，就是有点像 focus on 你专注于什么事情，但 pay attention 我们后面的介系词用 to，focus 我们用 on。
Yes. And then here we just add that adjective close, paying close attention to the scents around you. All right, let's take a short break. In a busy world full of noise, Perfumes offer a quiet but powerful way to connect with people's emotions and memories.
这个句子也很美。他说，在这个充满喧嚣的繁忙世界里，香水提供一个宁静而有力的方式来连接人们的情感跟记忆。
Right. So offer a quiet but powerful way. So this means it gives a quiet but powerful way. We just use offer a lot too.
对，就不同的动词选择。
And it's interesting because usually when we think that something offers something or gives something, it's like a person giving you something. But here, perfumes obviously aren't people. It's
Right.
like this thing, it allows you to have a quiet and powerful way to connect with people.
所以有点拟人法的感觉，就是香水给你赋予你这个能力的感觉。
给你有这个机会有这样的东西 You know what I'm saying? 我觉得 it's interesting because 我们平常在学 offer 是很像是人的给
人
你。
对主词
Yeah.
通常都是人。
So here it says offer a quiet but powerful way. So because something is quiet, we usually think it might be something that's not as strong
对，
or not as like forceful.
没有这么的强迫强烈。
Yeah. So even though it has that element, but it's still very powerful. 它依然还是非常有力的。
对，它宁静，但是它很有力。
Yes. So I like that use of the word but there. Okay. Because you could say offer a quiet and powerful way. That's perfectly acceptable as well.
文法上是对的
Grammatically.
Yeah.
But in the meaning, it just kind of takes away a little bit
对
if you put and. So even one little word can make the whole sentence.
The
like,
vibe.
The vibe is different.
Yeah.
The few is what we say in Taiwan.
Few?
right? The
That's
few.
right.
Okay. If you have a background in science and a strong imagination, a career as a perfumer might be the perfect path for you.
所以最后我们做一个总结：如果你拥有科学方面的学历跟丰富的想象力，那么调香师这份职业可能是你的最佳选择。
Yeah, so here 你说最佳选择 and then 它这里说 perfect path
Oh
for you.
yeah，
这个 path is like a 步道，
道路。
一个道路，对，它可能是你最完美的一个人生的道路。
对啊，因为
So-
我们都会说人生抉择的路口，中文会这样讲。
Yes. So
Okay.
even in the Western world, we say perfect path or the path in life. So it's interesting how we, even though there are some
Cultural
cultural differences like top note versus chin wei, right?
对对
Here
前调
we do have things that are the same as well.
殊途同归，好不好
Yeah.
语言这种东西就是这样子，互相影响来影响去的，
So
有趣。
it is very interesting. So hopefully in the past 2 days, you have learned a lot about perfumers. Perhaps it's a career choice that is down your life
For
path.
sure，
Who knows, right? Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
拜拜。
Bye-bye.